Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am Game Master Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, today's video I'm getting back on track with the series that I've been doing for Crown and Skull RPG. Still delving through the player's guide, and today I'm going to focus on character creation of hometowns and templates. So this is, of course, the most rapid way to jump right into playing the game system. Once you've learned about the game flow and its basic mechanics, before delving into the more advanced character creation model, you can jump right into this by just selecting a hometown, picking a template, naming your character, and you're ready to go. So that is what I'm going to be talking about today, and let's get right into that. So first off, I just wanted to point out that the I'll be using the gold edition of Crown and Skull, and whether you have the standard edition or the gold edition, the book is absolutely beautiful, and the game mechanics and the systems and the interior of the book is is really up to par with that standard as well. So you're going to see how so concise and easy to use these game systems are, and and I'm really looking forward to actually seeing this game run out there in the wild at conventions and such. And so, just looking forward to it. Very excited, and this is certainly one of the game systems that I am looking to run at a convention, most likely in September. So that's where I'm shooting for, is to run this in September, and that will give me a whole lot of time to learn the system, become familiar with it, hopefully play it online, and then when that September um, ShireCon comes around, I'm hoping to run at least 3 game sessions during the 2 days that game convention runs, and Crown and Skull will certainly be one of them. So, without further ado, let's go right into character creation, hometowns, and templates. So here we go. I will make this a little bit larger so you can see it as well. So character creation, once you have a sense for the basic flow of the game, it is time to get into some nuts and bolts decisions to build a playable character. Grab a Crown and Skull character sheet, which I'll show you very quickly as well, or just use a trusty journal to jot down skills and ideas, or start drawing the ever important character portrait to build your character. Now, that's easy for him to say about drawing portraits. For the beginner, templates and prompts, which is what I'm going to be going into today. To get into rolling dice with no hassles, choose a hometown, then choose a character template starting on page 20. This will get you started playing instantly without learning the point build system. You can also use the character prompts on page 22 to get a story and background ideas flowing for your character. Later on, I will be discussing in a different video for experienced players the custom built characters. And then beyond, this is for both whether you create a character using templates or custom, using hero points to further enhance your character. Right? So no matter how you create your character, you'll gain experience and play with hero points. You can spend to add skills, spells, or equipment to a character using the same rules and options custom characters use. You can save them up or spend as you go. Every 10 hero points earned, you'll gain a bonus reward specific to your hometown. All the rules you need for this growth process are right here in the player's guide. Good luck out there, hero. All right, so hometowns. So you have 3 starting hometowns. If you want to be a forest adventurer, your hometown is going to be Gardenborough. And they go through all of the story behind the Gardenborough, and Then it gives you who is the leader of the town. You know, at the time, the alderman here is called Wallaby for short. He is a Proudfoot scholar, almost 2 centuries old, and a lover of festivals and so on and so forth. They give you one location here, the Swade and Saddle. Gardenborough features a women's social club for food, drink, and reprieve. Any female character may stay here for free, gathering information or restocking basic supplies at no charge. The only male allowed in these walls is a bumbling cook named Scooby. Celine is an elder hunter forest warden. Celine is widely known as the oldest elf in this region. She was making camp here before there was a town at all, and knows every nook and cranny of the Oakenwood and beyond, and so forth. So they give you some really good points of interest here about this starting location of Gardenborough. If your character is into mountains and mischief, your hometown is going to be Rivergate. Wealthy families have called this port city home for generations. The lucrative gem trade has earned Rivergate its fortune, so alliances with the Stormkeeper dwarves are ever strong. Recent conscriptions of dwarves to Runemenir have diminished earnings from the mines greatly, earning the ire of the Wallcrests and other ruling families here. So they give you a little bit of background history of the place, and potentially a nice little spark or a hint of adventure to be had. Lady Wallcrest, the most widely respected figure in Rivergate, is a venerable baroness. Gives some information about her, so perhaps she might hire you to stop the dwarven conscription or something along those lines. The Frothy Mare, one of the most famous or infamous taverns in the realm, calls Rivergate home. The Frothy Mare, this chaotic multi-level inn, eatery, and house of revelry, serves as a meeting point of all kinds of river folk, known for its cheese sausages and dwarven ale by the gallon. Fenport Docks, so you have the docks, the complex piers and moorings and cranes in Rivergate is a wonder of the North Holds. And so we move on to the next of the hometowns, dangerous deserts. So if you want your hometown to be a desert, your hometown is Slimshire. This remote town was once a mere wide spot in the road of Hackburg, since the arrival of the unlikely benefactor, Lord Pickens. After the Bloodwing War, the town has seen a veritable golden age. This has been bolstered by the rock-solid relationship with the ever-growing Holy Order, and so on. So just little details about each of these starting towns, and now we get to the templates. So just going to take a little sip. New to Crown and Skull and eager to jump right in? Once you and your players have chosen your hometown, simply choose a template. Below, choose your equipment, add all your armor for your defense score, 6 plus the total of your armor worn. Give your character a name, and you're ready to go. So, a soldier. And none of these are going to be really surprising. All right, so a soldier, you specialize in weapons and armor. Your flaw is that you're stubborn. All right, you set your mind to a thing with tenacity. Your core ability is Battle Master. Your damage dice maximum are rolled again. There is no limit to the number of times the dice can explode. Your skills, armor 8, evade 8, knowledge, military tactics 8, muscle is 7. Your equipment, you choose 9 points of basic equipment and basic armaments. If you're an adventurer, you have the flaw of a grudge. You're going to choose a monster you can't stand. Your core ability is Uncanny Shot. Roll an extra damage die with all ranged weapons and ignore 1 defense on all targets. Skills: Forage 8, Hunt 7, Jump 9, Stealth 7. Equipment: you choose 9 points of basic equipment. Sage: you are a learned researcher, keeper of books, and mind of science, history, and arcane. Your flaw is timid. You only choose phases 4 or 5 for your order when you're when you're figuring out initiative, who goes when. So 4 or 5 is later on in the sequence. Your core ability is empath. You gain the investigation, streetwise, and orator skills at a value of 7 for free for each of those. All right, so you'll gain 3 skills, core abilities, investigate, streetwise, and oratory at skill level 7. Your other skills: medical 10, magic 10, investigate 8, and empathy skills, which they mentioned above. Your equipment: you choose 6 points of basic equipment and basic armaments, and you're going to choose 2 basic spells. The smith. Your flaw is that you're a drunkard. Ale calls to you each and every day. You have no core abilities, but your skills are armor 10, repair 10, resist 9, and survival 14. Drinking every day probably makes you pretty tough, I guess. Your equipment: you have 12 points of basic equipment and basic armament to expend. A cleric: you are on the holy path. Your flaw is that you're an aesthetic. Never exceed 5 items of inventory. Your core ability is Paragon of Faith. Your faith skill grows by 2 with a successful cast and maxes out at 16. Additionally, destroy 1d6 weak undead, zombies, shamblers, or skeletons as an exhausting spell. Okay. Skills: you have magic 10, medical 8, scholar, the holy order is 8. Equipment: choose 5 points of basic equipment and basic armaments. Choose any 3 spells. The hoodlum: you are a dubious character, a shadow dweller. You dabble in the forbidden, the lawless, and the truly free. Your fate is yours alone. Your flaws: you're greedy and pursued. Guards from a nearby town. Your core ability is brutal fighter. Each of your melee attacks may hit 2 foes with a single damage roll. Skills: stealth 9, lockpick 10, disguise 9, and jump 8. You choose 9 points of basic equipment. And now you are ready to play whichever character from whichever starting town you began. You chose. So grab your dice and start drawing a portrait. You're ready to explore the dangerous world of Crown and Skull. After some familiarity, can't talk today, sorry. You'll be ready for the real fun here, custom-built characters, and read on. And we will get into that later. Now, you can use some of these prompts to give you an idea of your character. All right, so these prompts can be used whether you're using the templates or the custom built. Right, so here are some prompts, like I'm a tall, slender elf. Let's see, prompt 7, jolly, well-fed dwarf. And 19, frogkin giant, 5 to 6 feet tall, more suited to walking. Character prompts 2, you're equipped with axes and hammers. Let's look at 7, bow and arrow. And let's look at 16, armor from the marshlands. You possess a suit of protective gear from the Frog Empire, slat plates, leather ties, gunamo undercoat. Character prompt 3. It all started when, so this is kind of saying when your adventures began. And let's look at just 3 random ones really quickly. So 4, I found the red crystal. Let's look at 11. We discovered the ruins. Maybe that's where the red crystal came from. And let's look at 19. My master released me. I completed my training somehow and was sent into the wild world to become a teacher someday. Okay. Prompt 4, but now I, and then you can choose one of these or randomly select them and try to just weave a story together. And then we get to custom character generation, which I will spend a whole video on just dealing with that separately. So there you have it. I mean, it literally could take just a few moments to put together a character, name it, and then jump right into play. Now, just as a reminder, I will show you all the the character sheet. Let me just make sure that you're looking at the same page. Yes. So the character sheet, I might have shown this the last time as well, or on one of the previous videos, but it's just character, lineage, hometown, flaws. Summa is, I forget what that is yet, or I haven't gotten to that point yet. So then we go to equipment, which you can only have up to 10 equipment items, and skills. You can only have up to 10 skills. And then your spell slots, which they only have slots 1, 2, and 3 on the character sheet. So, but you probably list more if you do end up having more spells than that. And remember the attrition system, right? Which is like taking damage. It's like taking hit point damage. Is that when you get hit by attacks, you're going to lose an equipment slot, or lose a skill slot, or in really, really brutal hits, you might lose one from both. And it's oftentimes random. So, so that's going to be something that will kind of hinder your character as he or she is going throughout their adventuring. So let me just switch back to the views here and get to the right view. Sorry about that. But listen, it is so simple. It is so dynamic. It looks like you can just jump right into this game and and just start experiencing some really, really adventurous scenarios and such. So really excited about getting into this, as I stated earlier. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you on a gaming screen or at a convention table sometime soon. Jump in the comments and talk about this game if you're already running it. I'd love to hear some of your stories. And as always, if you want to talk about other games as well, what you're currently running, there's plenty of games and videos on my channel where you can jump into 50 different game systems that I've probably covered over these last couple of years and talk about them. Tonight is my Castles and Crusades night, so I'll be running my 12th session of my new Castles and Crusades campaign set in Iggsburg, Gary Gygax's Iggsburg setting, and really looking forward to tonight's game. It should be a lot of fun. So all of you, enjoy the rest of your evening, and thanks for stopping in. Take care.